Welcome to Clarity and Purpose. Our world is full of people who are overworked and overwhelmed. They lose focus on what matters, struggle to find a vision for the future, and lose time with those they love. We help businesses and their teams clearly understand their purpose and help them communicate more effectively. I'm your host, James Thorne. I'm joined by my co-host, Jake Jordan. Hey, Jake. Jake. Hey, get off your phone, bro. What are you doing, man? We're trying to do a show here, man.
I just got this. I'm working on this app. The Zestful app. You're the one that gave it to us. We're supposed to be working at it.
Man, we have to confess, we use this app a lot because our team's probably on this more than they are getting work done. Let's be honest.
Some days.
I'm just trying to beat you with the challenges, man.
Today's one.
Well, hey, we're talking about the Zestful app. And it's an incredible product. It's brought our team together even more so in a remote, because our team's mostly remote and has been. But even this year, when most people have had to go that way, it's a great tool. Bring people together, your team together. It's fun, it's engaging, and it's unique just for your own team. So we'll hear more about it, and let's just kick off the show like we do every week.
Meet Connor Mooney, who hails from Denver, Colorado. He is an entrepreneur, a two-time co-founder, and currently he's the head of growth at Zestful, and he loves to help people build teams. Let's talk some more with our guest today, Connor Mooney. Hey, welcome to the podcast. Connor, how you doing today?
I'm great. Glad to be here. How you doing?
Man. I'm doing good, man. This is Connor Mooney. He's the head of marketing at Zestful. We are actually clients of theirs. We love what they do. And so it's an honor and a privilege to get to interview a company and marketing person at a place that you really enjoy being a customer of. So, man, thanks so much for joining us and being willing to spend some time.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. We love working with you and hearing these customer stories and success stories. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, tell us a little bit about what you do. Like, what's your passion? Why are you a marketing guy?
I have been in marketing. I majored in marketing, and I've always been interested in marketing, and especially how it can help grow your own businesses, entrepreneurial businesses and ventures. And from a young age, I won't go into any stories, but just really fascinated about how companies can understand their customers so well and speak to them and really build products for their purpose to help them. In whatever avenue that is, help them grow personally, professionally, achieve things, etc. And so I've always been fascinated by really understanding and communicating clearly with your customer and in establishing a great partnership. So there are a lot of ways to do that in marketing, especially in sales. So I've always been attracted to it. It's ever changing. Even if you think you have it figured out and you've been doing it for 10 years in one business, one industry, you'll always be able to find new ways to do it. And so it keeps you on your toes, keeps you young. Mm-hmm. And so I really do enjoy that part of it.
Yeah. And you never learn how to work with people forever, right? Yes, that's always evolving. How to work with people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what marketing is, right? So, and you said stories. We love stories. When I was 11, I was the only one with a bike and a route long enough where I could go get baseball cards. So I bought for the whole neighborhood and then marked them up. So I've been entrepreneuring since I'm 11 at least. Have you had kind of like a similar thing where you just kind of knew early?
Yeah. So you were a smart young entrepreneur. I was not. I was totally a fake it till you make it when I was young and naive. And, I was really fascinated by bikes. I always rode my bike around the neighborhood. We had a huge neighborhood, a huge yard. And, one day I just found some oil in the garage and started putting oil on my chain. I flipped the bike over and I'm doing it. And I probably used half a thing of oil and I'm just spinning it. And, nowadays it's like 1 or 2 drops for the whole chain. And so I was like, okay, fixing bikes is easy, but I didn't fix any flat tires, didn't put air in the tires, didn't do anything. And so I set up shop and told people that I was fixing bikes and didn't get any customers for sure. They saw right through that. But then I moved into mowing lawns and, actually when I was younger, I would have to go to my dad's office where he worked till 5, 6 p.m. And, I went after school. And so I was really bored. Obviously couldn't work for him. I found a couple of different stores where I negotiated working for them after school. I would take out the trash, vacuum things in exchange for candy and pop. At another place, it was an office supply store. I did an exchange for a couple cool pens and stuff. So kind of bargaining, negotiating. I wouldn't really call it entrepreneurial ventures, but yeah, just always looking for things to do. And never wanted to really just sit still. So yeah, those are my stories.
Yeah. Well, I love bartering. I still barter. In fact, today I'm talking to someone about bartering for massage. They have one of those franchise massage places and need something small that wouldn't take me a super long time to figure out. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'll trade you some massage sessions for this thing. And, we won't talk about how long it took me to fix it, but I'll take the massages,
Super cool.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So you, early age, we're kind of into that, went to school for it, jumped out and you work for Zestful now. So tell us what that is.
Yeah. Zestful is a business platform that you would bring into your company to keep your remote employees connected and to build stronger personal relationships. So a lot of conversations take place in office, maybe at the water cooler, at different company events, et cetera, where people can grow and talk about things that are unrelated to work. Those typically don't happen during meetings and Slack and email, et cetera, but those are fundamental in increasing the collaboration and the camaraderie between coworkers. And we know that happy coworkers, people who get to share things about their lives, they lead to happy customers. And when you have happy customers and people invested in your business, really enjoying who they work with, why they're working there, your business can achieve goals. And so Zestful started about 4.5 years ago. Matt is the founder, and he went through Y Combinator out in San Francisco, moved the company back to Denver, Colorado, which is where his family is. Matt and I met in a WeWork, actually, right after he moved out here. And I was in WeWork for a company that I had started in college that was a website where you could buy and sell gift cards. And so for a couple of years, Matt and I got to know each other, became really good friends. We're always pinging ideas off of each other for our businesses and helping each other. So when he found out, I kind of expressed to him that I wanted to work on something more. To me, it was really cool that we started this company in college and it was growing and doing well, but we were buying and selling widgets. And I wanted to join a company with a purpose. And, Matt asked me to join the company and I absolutely jumped on it. I had to play hard to get for a little bit, the 3-day rule. I didn't call him back, but I knew right then and there that I really wanted it. I was super excited about it because he completely and wholeheartedly embodies what we're trying to do. He cares so much about his staff and his people and always puts us first and, always over the business goals and the metrics and things like that. And so for him to embody that and to create a product that is simple, but very powerful, very effective. And we see tons and tons of customers coming to us expressing, huge results that they see, connecting people that they couldn't connect in any other way. And they tried so hard to. That's really special. And that's what I wanted to do 2 years ago when I joined the company. And that's what I've been doing. And so I'm super excited every single day that I get to come to work.
That's awesome. I don't feel like there's a ton of people that get to say that. So it's really privileged to be in that air, if you will. Because I've known him the same way that he lives for his team. Like it's people over profit for him. So we joke that James is the target avatar for Zestful because he loves every single aspect of it. So,
are you looking for a framework you can just tune into and follow? Are you tired of chasing tactics and strategies that never get you to the growth as other people? Here's the thing. Frameworks are what make dreams work. It's not sexy, it's not shiny, it's just the plain old truth. Are you currently working in a successful framework? Without a clear framework, you're aimlessly wandering, trying to recreate something you didn't follow a recipe for the first time. You'll struggle to find the right steps to get you more leads and more great employees to grow with you. It's as if you're looking through shattered glass. You see glimpses of what you did well, then your vision is lost through all the cracks. All because you didn't take action to start working in proven frameworks. We know what it feels like to chase all different kinds of tactics and strategies to try to get success. It's like a fog has obstructed your vision and you don't know what to do next. That's why we use proven frameworks and step-by-step plans that lift the fog of confusion so you can have a clear path forward to revenue growth and audience reach. We want to help, so here's the plan. Step 1, click the link below and sign up for the course.
2, follow the steps. And finally, grow your company and feel awesome because you finally found the formula that works. Imagine knowing exactly what your next move is. You have a system that runs for you and a team that is full of energy and excited. The people you're helping are excited and sharing their experiences with others. You are the company people want to work with. That can be you. Just click the button below and start the Quirk Growth Plan course.
And, James had us all on it quickly. And, it started with an app on the phone where we basically, you guys provide questions and we can add our own, which we love doing too, but where we get to add our own stuff to questions and answers. And of course, one of my favorites is you get to answer in GIF if you want to, right? It's not just images and text and stuff. And I think that's one of those small things that goes a long way because people love GIFs. But at the end of the day, you're helping people express themselves, connect with each other, find connections they didn't know they even had. But it's more than just the app, right? You've actually extended into some other things, which we're a part of as well. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how helping people connected to business per se?
Yeah, well, first I'll kind of circle back to creating questions. So we spend a lot of time creating questions that are almost on autopilot, and that's one of the features that we have. So you don't have to think of them, but you get to add ones if you'd like. And these questions are super fun. They're, tell us about your favorite vacation, right? That's a big, powerful one. You could say Paris, France. And then another person says, I've been there too. Did you go to this area? Or another person says, I've never been there. Can we talk so you can give me some recommendations because I'm going next year, right? And that gets the conversation started. Something as simple as share what you're cooking for dinner, right? Those things are kind of silly and soft and easy, yet that's what people want to share because it's important to them. And and there are some other ones that are really great. We have a lot of fitness challenges in there that keep people motivated and excited. And, there's so much research, I don't have to tell you about exercising and the chemicals it releases in the brain and, the pride that you feel. And this keeps you going and engaged. So there are a lot of cool things that keep people engaged in the app, but then obviously in turn with each other. So that's on the personal side. On the business side, people want to collaborate with each other more. They're excited to talk to, Connor's excited to talk to Jake because we were just talking about homemade pizzas the other night. And now we can, hey, did you try that recipe? Segue into work or whatever it is. But they're just stronger connections, especially the last 6-7 months of people working remotely and through the computer screen. And once this meeting's over and the camera's down, you're alone again. And that's where Zestful comes in to really help with that employee loneliness, help with that morale, help get you active and motivated and feeling really proud of where you work and what you do. And that, as we know, translates into success with your business, growing the business, happier customers, more better reviews, whatever it is. So they're all connected, and that's the important thing to remember.
Yeah, one of the things I love about it is not only is it opportunities to collaborate. You find the competitive people very quickly in a company as these different things happen because you get rewarded for doing different tasks and goals. And on the backside, it connects to what we have on our end is a card where we earn real dollars by participating in the things that the business wants you to do to get to know each other and collaborate and do all those things. And we have all sorts of great stuff that we have a store with real things that you can buy with your card. And like we have game Fridays, for example, every Friday morning at 9 a.m. The whole company comes, we get on Zoom, we play a different game. Whoever wins the game gets 400 high fives, right? And that goes towards if you're an Office fan, right? Shroot Bucks or whatever, but it works. It works because everyone loves game day and they want to win and they want to get their high fives so that they can get something. But my point is it's not just hey, check a box and get to know people better. It's actually tied in, like you said, to morale and people wanting to show up. And I love what you said about when the screen goes down, you're alone then. And that's the space you're filling. I think that's super powerful. But was that on the brain when this was created, or is it kind of one of those super cool things that comes out of it?
Yeah. So the way that I think it's definitely become it was our mission was always to connect people and make sure that you feel rewarded. Sort of the version one of Zestful was giving personalized perks. So no more kind of blanketed universal perks of the meal at lunchtime, or whatever it is. It's we were giving you funds so that you could spend on whatever you wanted. Maybe that was a babysitter so that you could have a date night, right, and really feel that electricity again. Maybe it was for Netflix, maybe it was for Spotify, whatever it was. So it was personalized to you. That was our core mission. It still is. And now we've transitioned a little bit because we're seeing this huge need for connectivity, especially in the remote place. But the principle and the mission remains the same, to make sure that people connect their purpose and their business. And that does happen through personal relationships.
Right. So how has Zestful connected you to what you're passionate about? How has being in that atmosphere helped you?
Yeah, it's allowed me to, like I said earlier, pursue something that is more than just buying and selling. It's more than transactions, more than just business, right? So it's helped me because I've wanted to be a part of a product that has a true mission, one that I can get behind, not just a mission sentence on a website, but a founder who embodies it and lives and breathes it. And so, yeah, it's helped me fulfill that journey of wanting to take the next step where my product is contributing something to the world and your organization.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems to be a lot more of that going on these days. And this, I feel like it was even pre-COVID. There was a lot of people, and some people might tell you it's a generational thing partially, right? But people want to actually work someplace that they believe in, not just show up and sell widgets, right?
Yes.
So, and especially since COVID happened, now we got stuck at home doing a lot of thinking and going, what do I want to do with my days? And here we are. You guys are in prime position, right, to help people get connected remotely and move forward with some of that. So, so I'm curious. It's kind of a duh, but everyone has a little bit different answer to this question. Is what sort of challenges did you guys run into when COVID hit that you guys have been maneuvering through the last 6, 7, 8 months?
Yeah, we, like most companies, struggled with budget cuts from our customers. And the way that we supported them, our head of customer success reached out to every single company individually, which I think was really special. It wasn't a mass email. She took the time to email every single person and ask them how they were doing, ask them what they needed, how we could support them proactively, rather than waiting for them to approach us and say, hey, I don't think we can afford this. She reached out and said, how can we help? How can we support you during these times? And a lot of them said, hey, what would be really helpful is if we could pause our account, no fees or anything like that. And of course, we did that for a lot of customers, and that helped them through. And we're starting to see them come back. And it's super special that they were able to continue to grind through COVID and continue to move forward. So, I think that was something really special that she did that I think was really powerful. And definitely taught me a lesson about being proactive with customers and with people and just showing that human side rather than kind of sitting there, fingers crossed. Oh, I hope we don't lose business. I think that was super cool that she did that. And I think that was probably the biggest thing that we did.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. I know for me, when I have, and I got several of those, for example, USA banking through them, they were very proactive during the time of rebating. I think they rebated car insurance fees before anybody else did. Those military banks did. They were the first I saw it. So things like that are amazing when a company goes out of their way to go, we know you're hurting and we want to help beforehand. So that's awesome. So kudos to her. Was there additional things that you can think of that besides just the obvious, like we all financially were stumbling around? Internal, like you guys struggle with keeping people on, with relationships, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that most people, if not everyone, struggled internally with themselves with COVID or what was going on for a number of reasons, right? Whether it was you couldn't get outside, or you were just concerned about the economy and individuals in the world as a whole, right? Everything in between. So I think we all struggled with that, and our CEO worked really hard to make sure that people were connected. And we used Zestful a lot. We relied and leaned on Zestful, and it did help a lot. It did keep people connected. And one of the goals that we had was, what are you doing to stay sane at home? What, like, give us your, tips and tricks or your quirks. And that was really fun. And that kind of, it tried to bring a little bit of light to the situation, because we all need to be staying sane and focusing on those priorities. So yeah, we all struggled a lot. And I think that, we weren't seeing growth in the company like we wanted to, and that compounded the effects that we were feeling as well. So yeah, we struggled a good amount, but, if it wasn't for our CEO really pushing people, connecting people, and definitely the determination of every individual to really want to get through this on a positive note as much as possible. There's definitely some struggles along the way, but yeah, I think we struggled that way, but it was some good lessons along the way.
That's good. That's good. And then from a marketing standpoint, we're a story brand, licensed and BMS coach licensed. Like we love Donald Miller stuff, because it's about putting people in stories, and people love stories, right? So from a marketing perspective, did you see yourself and your team changing the way you talked about your product during these times at all?
Yeah, I think that's really important. I think you need to understand the landscape and what's happening, what people are going through. And it kind of ties into what I was saying earlier. Brands need to understand their customers, and they need to understand the whole pie and the whole funnel of what's taking place, where they've been, where they want to go. And make sure, as you mentioned in the story brand, make sure that the customer is the hero. And so positioning it like that. So yeah, we did take time to adjust our marketing efforts and our copy and our language and our voice and our tone and all that. So yeah, I think that's very important.
Cool, Connor. Well, if people wanted to reach out and find you and find Zestful, how can they do that? How can we get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can go to zestful.com, and we have a lot of cool features that we're continuing to roll out and build into the platform. So check it out. There's a 14-day free trial for everyone. And so you can get a lot of use out of it in that 14 days, believe me. So yeah, check it out. If you want to reach me directly, if you have any questions, I'm just Connor, CONNOR @zestful.com. That'll be the best way to reach me, and I'll answer any questions, set up calls, whatever you need.
Cool. And we're going to have all those links, of course, somewhere around here somewhere. We'll have all the links and things. And all right, Connor, man, thanks a bunch. Like I said, we like to laugh at ourselves and have fun. So the way we go out is to a little vibe, do some dancing. You ready?
Yeah, I've chosen to do a move from the movie Heavyweights. So yes, I am. I'm absolutely ready.
Can't wait. Well, I'm just going to feel it. So let's do this. All right, man. Connor's just a great rep for that company, because one of the things that we love about them is that they love their team. And when he was talking about during COVID, one of the main things that they did was listen to their customers, and then got back together with their team and came up with new solutions. And we were in the middle of that, and that's one of the reasons I think not just the app's so cool, but like they were really were driving engagement with us as a customer to really figure out how they can serve us better proactively before we even we can't really afford this anymore, and maybe we need to push pause on this or whatever. So it's really cool to see a company who takes a challenge and knows what they're about, knows what their purpose is, and then pivots. I think he said it best. He said, you don't change on the why, you change on the what.
Yeah. No, that's good. And that's, to me, why I connected to it so much is because our why is to build our team and to build other, and it's it was a no-brainer to me to pay a couple bucks a month per team member to create a more fun, engaging atmosphere electronically. They're on their phones a lot anyway, so might as well create something that we're doing together as a team. So I love that, and I love that he had a dance picked out. I love that he got to close it with. So thank you, Connor. You were so awesome. We're gonna be hitting you guys up to get more in your atmosphere, but we love what Zestful's doing. So if you haven't checked them out, go to zestful.com, sign up for their app. I think you can even get a trial, but just jump in, check it out. You're going to love it. Teams of all sizes, no matter how big or how small you are. So check it out. But hey, guys, we're so grateful you're joining us. Catch us again next week. But we believe when a business leader aligns their team with their message, they become unstoppable.